Hello, everyone, and good morning. Welcome to our live feed update for March something or other, probably 26th. I'm your host, Grogu, and I am here today to talk to you about all of the invisible live feeds from yesterday. With me today is Orwell. How you doing, Orwell?
I'm doing very well. I'm very excited. There's a lot to break down, and I'm just very keen. I'm very keen to be here. I dolled myself up for this appearance, and I'm very excited for this.
I know. I feel like I usually don't see you in Canada. I also haven't seen you in the US for a little while, but that's okay.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a night owl. I like to stay up late and indulge in late night activities. So I'm usually not around during the day, but I made an exception for today.
Yes, well, we are here to talk to you about everything that happened yesterday on the Big Brother Canada 9 live feeds. The problem is there's an invisible twist, and the feeds were invisible yesterday, and they have not uninvisibled themselves yet, which means that we don't have a lot to talk about here today.
That is right. I do come bearing gifts. I have a excerpt from a legend in the scenes who was very excited and wanted to talk about these things today. I will play this clip for you now.
We're gonna have to try and figure out, unless they talk to the cameras. Yeah, unless they talk to the cameras, we're gonna have to figure out just as much. That's actually kind of fun. I hope they don't tell us.
Are you sure? Yeah. So let me replay the last bit for you.
I hope they don't tell us. I hope they don't tell us. I hope they don't tell us.
They took that to heart, and they definitely did not tell us anything.
What an idiot that guy is. Who would listen to that guy on a podcast?
What a misread. Ooh, a swing and a miss. Swing and a miss with that one.
Yeah. So, yeah. Guys, seriously though, there's nothing to say. The feeds were down all night. They have not come back up yet. There was basically nothing prior to the episode. Just people saying their goodbyes. Yeah, this is our update.
It really is, and this isn't a bit. There genuinely isn't anything. Everything that could have been talked about, you've watched on the episode last night, and we've already. I've tweeted out the stuff that happened on TikTok. It was the most dull of the four interviews. There wasn't much being said there, so there's not even like interesting stuff, and there's no speculation because we do not know how this week's gonna go. We're literally in the dark. Call it the John Cena week because we're all invisible and can't be seen.
I think the best that we can do is to try to use our owl wisdom and force wisdom to predict when the feeds will come up.
Yes, let's do that. So I'm not very familiar with your work, baby, but I will take your lead on it first, and I will speak second as the owl here.
My proper title is Grogu. People are always calling me Baby Yoda. I'm not even any. Yoda has nothing to do with me.
Is it like a Grogu Gaga or just Grogu?
All right, now we're just getting offensive. I'm actually 80 years old or something.
You've aged well. I'll tell you this, Grogu. You've aged very well.
All right. Well, I definitely fear that the dark side of the Force may be preventing the feeds from coming back up until the next episode.
I think we're in for a dry weekend, but you know what, Grogu, I think this is a good indicator for the person who, our roommate, Taran Armstrong, maybe can get some sleeps in. That could be a good time for him. So maybe he can rejoice while this dry spell definitely does continue. And can I just say a bit of commentary? It is wild that because the fans of this show are quite frankly the most passionate fans of any show, and to not even give them a tweet of like, hey, we're not going to be here till Monday, so don't sit at your computer till 2 a.m. Hey, Pooya, don't drink a whole coffee at 11:30 thinking you're going to get feeds. Don't do that. That's a dumb mistake. You're not going to get anything. So yeah, it's a lot, and I also think that I would pin it on, we'll see the feeds Monday night after the episode at 10 p.m.
Yeah, figures that there's a twist that I'm like, ooh, let's see how this could play out. And then this is how it plays out. I should have known with the invisible title, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, are we the fools for not thinking that part through? Are we the fools for really being like, okay, maybe they'll let us do some detective work? You know, we've been quite a few people we know have been playing Among Us for a long time. Maybe they can use their detective work there to put it to the ultimate test, figure out who is the HOH in this invisible week. But no, they really wanted everyone to be invisible. They put a whole invisibility cloak on everybody.
Yeah. Well, here's what you can do. You can find that Taran guy who's clearly an idiot on Twitch, twitch.tv/Taran Armstrong. He'll probably be doing something dumb like playing Among Us or Fall Guys, that one today. Maybe he'll be playing with Pooya, that other person that likes to do podcasts on Fridays.
Yeah, that dummy who the coffee ingesting dummy, late night coffee guy, he will also be on that Twitch platform that you're mentioning, Grogu, twitch.tv/Pooyaism. And he will also be indulging in dumb games and hanging out with his chat tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern. But enough about that. He also, Pooya, I found out, reports coming in, Pooya made a coffee right before this update because, again, he's a dummy. He's an idiot.
So he's all caffeined up and has nowhere to go.
Exactly. He's going to put a lot of energy into making his grocery list now because that needs that kind of extreme energy.
Yes. Well, then make sure you find Pooya on all the platforms. Tomorrow, there's going to be a Circle podcast where people will be impersonating other people. Well, that's a terrible thing for anybody to do. Nobody would do that on a podcast.
Definitely not. That definitely would have been played out and not great. But yeah, I think The Circle is a show that is doing well and has a lot of fans, and they are very much enjoying covering it. And they will be back to talk about that as well at some point.
Yes, 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. The Circle coverage we'll talk about this week on The Circle, which luckily is not an invisible show, and we have stuff to talk about it. It's gonna be fun.
I believe it will be, Grogu. I believe they will have fun doing this coverage, for sure.
All right. And tomorrow morning, that Taran guy will be back to, recap everything that's happened today on the Big Brother Canada 9 feeds. So tune in to see if we've been able to figure out how to see things that are invisible and if there's actually anything to talk about.
And if there isn't, it'll be quick and sweet, just like this update was today, and you will see our beautiful faces on screen once more.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining us, Grogu and Orwell. If you have not been watching the video, you are probably incredibly confused about what has been going on all update long. But hopefully you stuck in your confusion until the very end, because otherwise you will not know. I mean, hopefully once you start the podcast, you'll be like, maybe I should check out the video to see what's going on.
Yeah, it's a lot going on the screen, a lot more action than there was on feeds, a lot more action than there's been anywhere else. This is where you want to be on the video feed for this one, for sure.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us today, even though there was nothing to talk about, but we'll see you all tomorrow.